You're just trying to get rid of the fucking clap, dude.
No, I'm not.
All right. I hit us with magic and you fucked us.
That wasn't magic, but dude, so let's actually start with something interesting. I was watching fucking a podcast the other day that had it. So Tom Segura has been doing this for a while to Garth Brooks. I didn't know it went this deep. You know, you've heard him say like, "Where's the bodies, Garth? Where's the bodies, Garth?" And it's kind of this joke. Like Tom Segura has been going at Garth Brooks for a while. Like his whole comment section is full of Tom Segura's people just like, "Where's the bodies? Where's the bodies?" Even at concerts, there'll be signs that are like, "We love you, Garth." And if you pull back the first sign, when they put the second one up, it's like, "Where's the bodies?" So they'll get the cameraman to get on them and then switch it to the "Where's the bodies" thing.
What the fuck?
So here's what happens. Here's what has happened apparently. Somebody traced these like mass murders that have been going through the United States. Every city that Garth Brooks went to perform, the murders happened right then. Every single time that Garth Brooks went to a specific city, there'd be a murder in that city. And it's been going on for a long time. So now they're like, Garth Brooks is a fucking serial killer. It could be just some random guy coming through, you know, his shows and maybe making it look like that. Like, that's not a bad idea, really, if you're like crazy. But for some reason, there's a murder that happens in like all these cities that Garth Brooks plays at the same time.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. So like this "Where's the bodies" thing, I don't know if it started as a joke with Tom Segura, but it turned into like this massive thing. And then when they put pins on a map of where all these murders happen, and everyone.
For how long?
I don't know. There's a lot though.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot though.
Yeah.
That's kind of man, what a wild thing though.
Yeah, what the fuck? It sounds like it could be someone a part of his team, maybe. I don't feel like Garth Brooks has time to slip away and fucking kill
But then there was another interview that happened with Garth Brooks, and they're like, "You're a good guy, right, Garth?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'd like to be a bad guy." And they're like, "What?" And they're like, "You're a really good guy." And he's like, "I wouldn't mind being a killer." He said that on an interview, dude. Like it was like in a more like playful tone, but when you watch his face, you realize, oh shit, he was being like a little serious, dude. So that all tied with what's going on. It's like, ugh. I'll have to I wish I had the video.
Who's he married to?
I have no idea.
He's married to.
I'm not a Garth Brooks guy. I know one song by Garth Brooks.
Who the fuck is he married to?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Rodeo. What's that song go? Did I just Chris us?
They call the thing a rodeo.
Yeah. There it is. I don't know who he's married to. I have no idea.
Rodeo. Who is it though? Oh, it's Gwen Stefani.
No way.
I'm pretty positive.
Not a chance.
Yes,
they're
it's Gwen Stefani, dude.
No.
Hey.
You want me to look it up right now on my phone?
Yeah.
I'll look it up right now. Okay. I'll bet you $1.
Fucking find it.
Let's actually really bet something
Let's find
significant.
Out. $5.
Okay. It's done. Okay. Garth Brooks.
Yeah, lunch, bitch.
Spouse.
Lunch on Nate.
Tasha Yearwood.
Shit.
Sandy Mall. Fucking, what did you say?
Look up who Gwen Stefani's married to.
She's married to like fucking the Brian Deegan or something.
Look it up, dude.
Who is it? Blake Sheldon?
Fuck. I knew it was a country guy.
You were way off.
No, they're both country guys.
You were in eons away, bro. Both country guys. Garth Brooks. Who's the other guy?
Blake
Sheldon. Blake.
Blake Sheldon.
Those two aren't even in the same stratosphere.
Right,
that would be the oddest marriage of all time. Garth Brooks and Gwen Stefani. One seems cool and one seems like a fucking crazy lunatic.
I thought about Blake Sheldon.
I don't know Blake Sheldon. I wouldn't know him if he walked across this park right now.
Really? He's actually pretty famous. He's on like, I think he's one of the judges on like The Voice or something.
Okay, so I've definitely never watched.
Dude, that's crazy though. That Garth Brooks shit. Someone from his team's a serial killer, bro.
Yeah, it blew.
One of his big fans.
Yeah, I'm wondering like how if someone's that smart, they're just like following around.
A serial killer hates Garth Brooks.
Yeah, like if you're just following him around these cities and these fucking murders are happening, it's insane, dude. Like, but what if it's actually Garth Brooks, bro? What I mean, just out of like, let's say the 1.1 chance, like 0.001 chance it's Garth Brooks. That's crazy.
Can you imagine if there was like, okay, think about our career with Musically, traveling around. You think you got time even at our level to slide out, fucking make a killing, bury a body, fucking get away, no blood, get rid of the evidence,
I think you're
come back, hit the hay. Hey, Chris, what's up?
It would be hard, right? But
You know what I'm saying?
I think of it, if it's going on, it's like multiple people.
Help. Yeah,
they're doing it. It's like a fun thing to them.
Yeah.
Like, we've done too much. You know how
like,
really
let's go
rich,
get a body.
you know how really rich people get really weird and start getting into like weird sexual shit? No, like they sleep with too many women, so then they turn gay and they're doing all sort of weird shit. You know,
murder's not part of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe Garth Brooks is the most famous country singer of all time. There's not even probably a close second. He's massive. When he came here, he sold the place out in like 30 seconds.
Really?
The entire stadium.
Where
he goes, he'll play 100,000 people shows, dude. Like,
regularly. What do you think he makes a show?
Probably 20 to 50 million, somewhere in that range.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
A show?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
For sure, dude. He's loaded, bro. Like, he's insanely rich. How much? You want me to look it up?
Yeah,
See if we can figure it out.
I know these things, dude. This is nuts, bro. 100 or wait, would you say 20 million? I bet he makes 4 million tops.
76 million.
That's his
so he
net
makes
worth?
so he makes 6 million per concert.
Ha,
That's crazy though.
that is crazy.
Come on, bro.
But he's only worth 76 million.
No.
I thought you said his net worth. What's his net worth?
Let me see. See, in 2019, he earned 76 million from his
Holy shit.
from one tour. That's not a
Holy
year.
shit.
From one tour. That was in 2022, bro. He's definitely getting more than that now.
You think he's in a bill?
I have no idea, but he's printing money. You know, Taylor Swift's probably getting like 20 million a show.
She's a billionaire.
When people ask all the time, like, "Oh, who would you guys do a show with the other day?" I was thinking, I'm like, "Why not Taylor Swift?" That would be the greatest because she has the biggest following. You know,
they'd love us.
Yeah, it would be great. Like,
love us.
Yeah,
we'd have to get her endorsement.
Fuck
Taylor,
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce can't catch shit. Travis Mahomes, the only one keeping him lit.
Forgive us, guys.
Huh?
Sometimes we freestyle.
Did I just call him Travis Mahomes?
Yeah, you did call him Travis Mahomes.
Whatever.
You never know where it's going.
Fuck him. Fuck him.
Yeah. But I was watching another thing too today. Have you heard of the Soundproof Room?
Yes, dude. That place sounds nuts, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like you go in there with headphones or with fucking go in there with
Well, that's cheating. The
with
thing.
the earplugs.
They're running a thing that's like they'll give you $5 million if you can sit in there for 60 minutes. No one's made it past 40 yet.
You know, I thought they got made it to 58.
I saw 40 the thing I was reading said no one's made it past 40.
Really?
Yeah, people start going insane. Like, it's weird to think that you would go insane because they say immediately your hearing just disappears. Then your vision starts getting fucked with and your senses are all weird. And then you kind of like start tripping the fuck out. Like, literally tripping out. You can hear your heartbeat. You can hear your blood moving through your veins. Like, weird shit starts happening and you start tripping the fuck out. I'm like, I feel like I could make it an hour, but obviously it's not as easy as it seems. But I really feel like
open the door.
I can just close my eyes and just sit there for 60 minutes. Just be like, this is gonna get weird. I've had probably weirder experiences than that. You know, that Bufo was definitely probably a crazier experience.
It'd be nice to go give it a shot.
Yeah, I mean, 5 million just to sit in a little thing. Like, let's go.
They should have one of those little fucking things set up outside that where you could grab a bar of gold out of those fucking bills with one arm. You know?
I don't know. They say it's
if you
negative.
Can sit in the room, 5 million. If you can't get it, maybe you can grab the gold. I don't know.
They said it's -2 decibels. How do you get negative decibels in space? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you make negative silence? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Terrence Howard could tell you.
Yeah, right. Watch that podcast. I think you'll change your mind a little bit on that.
Oh, about him? Really?
A little bit, yeah. I think he's. I
was
great.
a big Terrence Howard fan immediately. Did I jump the gun?
He had some good points. I think
I put this shit on a podcast.
I think you should have watched it because you said you were going to watch it so we could talk about it on this week. It's all good, but we were supposed to talk about that on this week.
Yeah, I didn't.
I know, it's all good, but I think Terrence has some really beautiful ideas, and I think some of them can like unravel in a beautiful way. But they kind of, that mathematician guy Eric Weinstein, even his like linchpin idea, he breaks it down. And he was like, you were saying, like, He's like, you found this by accident. You didn't even find this by the way you said, because he breaks down the way that Terrence said he found it, and he's like, you'll see it on there. But he's like, you said it was going to be 108. It's 109 and a like third or something. And he's like, it doesn't add up to what you think that you thought it did. You found this by accident, and like they kind of go through. But I think Terrence is has some really beautiful things with the flower of life that have some applications, and I think Eric Weinstein may not understand fully like the flower of life stuff that he's getting into, but it's worth watching, and I think Eric's kind of checking him in a lot of it, but in a nice way.
Really?
You know, yeah.
I guess I'll have to just watch. But I was a big fan of Terrence Howard. That was so
like
fucking just, man, exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Bro. Like the whole world's about to change.
It was stuff like that. You always want to be a part of like a big change like that. When it comes along, you're like, yes, I'm tired of this old shit. You're ready to jump on trains, so you want to believe so bad. You know what I mean?
Hope.
Yeah, like we were just watching the Stephen Greer and Bet David. What is his name? Patrick Bet David. And he was talking about, like, even on there, he's like, we've never had capitalism here. It doesn't even exist. He's like, people call it free market capitalism. He's like, there's no capitalism here. It's managed, because all the new technologies that come out, if they're suppressed and taken away and people are killed, you've never had the chance for a free market to even exist. It's suffocated immediately. All the good things are taken away, and you're being managed for the things you can use. That's not capitalism, you know?
Yeah,
not free market capitalism.
That's always been apparent to me.
Yeah.
You know, since I've been like of age. It's like we don't live in a society that's fucking necessarily free. We live in a facade.
Yeah.
You know, and people that think otherwise, I'm sorry, but that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion, but dude, we have a world around us that's got strings attached to it in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He did go as far as to say, he's like, it's definitely not China, but it's definitely not free market capitalism.
Yeah.
Like
exactly. Yeah. And I think there's levels to it.
Yeah, there is.
But like social credit scores are on their way in America. Or that, like people are pushing for that.
I'm curious.
I could see a day when that is implemented.
Yeah.
Not to say it will happen for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
I almost don't want to say this because I didn't fact check it. I watched this guy break down the word Satoshi Nakamoto and where it came from, and in Japan they do it backwards, so it'd be Nakamoto Satoshi. And as he broke it down, like the etymology of the word, it meant central intelligence. Yeah, I don't know if that's right, so I should really, like, please people fact check me on this, because I don't know. I found a video. See if you can find what the word actually means, but bro, it blew my mind. I was like, oh fuck, because forever people have been saying the CIA created that shit.
Yeah,
you know, like, and if so, it's good to be
just floating around.
If so, it's good to be in early, because if they're going to try to implement this thing, at least you have some.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I could see them doing the central, what is it, CBDC?
Yeah,
the central bank digital currency.
Yeah,
I could see them doing that
for sure.
There's a lot of that shit that you don't know how it's going to play out, but there's going to be a lot of change that comes between now and 2030. I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think you're right. Actually,
a lot of shit's already happened since COVID.
You think the credit score's coming along though, huh?
I could see it happening.
How so?
I don't know. Just the same shit. Socially, you fucking hang out with somebody that's got a bad credit score, it knocks you down. Like everything you do is socially impacted, and it impacts your score.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they can shut you off or shut you up.
I guess I was asking because of the central bank digital currency, if you thought those two things were what's going to tie in.
They'll both be tied in. I think it'll be tied in together. Like if you're a fuck up, they'll freeze your account. Shit.
What did you think
if you're
of
a
that?
Rebel, if you're like a fucking, what is it?
Rebellious just by nature.
If you're against the state, what's that Will Smith movie?
I Am Legend.
Enemy of the state. Yeah, if you're enemy of the state type shit, they'll just shut you down.
Yeah,
make it so you can't function.
What did you think of that? The podcast with Stephen Greer that we were listening to.
I enjoy it. I love Stephen Greer.
Yeah,
I would like to go. I mean, I've just told you, but that I saw that video of him, how they do the CE5. What's it called? CE5 or something like that.
Yeah, C5. Yeah. The go up into space.
They literally call aliens in groups.
It's a meditation.
Yeah, they do meditations and they call these fucking aliens all the time. And one guy said on an interview it fixed his hearing. So I'm like, dude, I want to go get my fucking hearing fixed like that. We got stem cells. We did ibogaine. Who's to say I can't go talk to an alien?
Call us in. Aliens, call us in. Stephen Greer.
But he takes people out. Like,
yeah,
they
I know.
do that.
I've watched
like,
it. They go.
I've always been interested in some shit like that.
I did this. I was really fucked up at a festival once and ended up meeting this random kid, and we connected on the Stephen Greer shit. And I walked him through like a guided meditation while we were just like watching a show. It was like really fun. Both of us were like really into the same.
I know where this is going.
No, I doubt you do.
Okay, go on.
And he said, I was bringing it up because he's like, oh, I'm actually going to go I'm going to meet Stephen Greer next week. I'm going to do the whole meditation retreat with him. I was like, oh shit, that's dope, bro. That was really cool. Where'd you think it was going?
Oh, no, never
Is that what you thought?
No, I thought this was the story of when you're going to say, oh, you convinced someone you were an alien.
Oh, no. That was funny, though. I've done that to like 10 people.
I know.
And it worked for like 8 of them.
Oh, it's funny as fuck. I'm an alien.
Yeah. No,
I knew it.
It's not. Yeah, exactly.
I knew it.
But I thought with the Stephen Greer thing, it's really interesting that when Joe Rogan went to Spotify, there's a select few episodes that didn't go to go to Spotify, transfer over, because they logged them all, right? And Stephen Greer's was one of them.
Really?
They didn't bring it over, and I wondered why. I know Joe Rogan said he thought Stephen Greer was full of shit, though.
I know he's never had him back.
He had him on the podcast.
They kind of argued, dude.
Yeah.
Because I used to watch Joe Rogan all the time back when he had him on.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not even know that he had him on.
Yeah.
But that was like that was like 200, 400 episodes.
Also, Joe as a person has gone through a massive change in like his personality, from being like a hard-headed guy when he was like younger and started the podcast to where he is now. He's delved into the psychedelic world and smokes, and like those things have a way of shifting your perception. He might have, and like maybe the UFO shit back then, he was like, oh, this guy's fucking nuts.
He's interviewed thousands of people too.
Yeah, that's also true.
He's done. He's had a lot
point.
Of growth throughout this process to mature.
Yeah,
as an individual and as a podcaster.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah.
Even our podcast has changed since we stopped the old one and started the new one.
Yeah.
We used to argue all the time on the old one.
Yeah.
We haven't argued hardly at all on this one. I don't think once.
No, I don't think so either.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is the one. Let's go. Come on, baby.
Bring it on, baby.
Say something stupid.
Say something. Bring it. Come on. Talk about religion to me.
Dude, it's funny to me that I wonder why they got that one off, though. Like why they took the Stephen Greer one off, because the very first thing they did when they got on Spotify, Joe's like, I have complete control over everything. No matter what, I get to choose everything.
All right, so we got to start this podcast for a second round because my phone overheated, and that's the only reason.
There wasn't another reason either of like his phone having no storage. That really never happened.
It was never an issue at all.
So we're definitely not going to fight about it right now.
No, we definitely won't. I wish we would have cut the rest of that podcast. That really
Me too. We had good stuff. We're talking about the freaking Stephen Greer. We're talking about freaking our
consciousness, awareness.
Oh man,
throwing the fucking keys.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Throw those keys. We took a trip to California, and Nate got pissed because he had to take a piss. And I was fucking
for 2 hours. I was driving.
I was
trying to piss in a bottle.
I was taking a second.
Couldn't piss while we were driving.
Don't you hate that?
I couldn't do it.
Isn't it weird? You have to pee really bad, and then as soon as you try to pee in front of someone, you can't pee.
You were asleep in the back in the van. I was like, I should have been able to piss. I just couldn't piss, dude.
That was the one thing.
Tried to drive.
Joe taught me about that.
Yeah,
I learned how to pee in front of people.
Yeah, I had to. So when we were in Mexico, they made us have to piss and like do a drug test, basically, where we took a piss. Should we pause this while those kids?
No, they're fine. It's fine.
Okay.
They can't hear it.
They made us have to take a piss in this cup for a drug test, but they have to like be in the room while you do it. I tried for like a minute, and I told the lady, I'm like, you're gonna have to go out because I'm definitely not gonna be able to piss. And so even when she walked out, she's standing outside the door just to like make sure that I'm not like doing anything crazy. And in my mind, I had to tell myself this: everybody dies. That's what I had to tell myself. Everybody dies. Nobody's going to remember this, just so I could relax enough to take a piss in front of somebody. I don't know what it is, bro. I can't piss in front of people.
Everybody dies.
Unless I'm like really drunk or something.
Oh my God, that's the funniest shit.
That's why I was like, everybody fucking dies. Nobody's going to ever remember this.
Everybody dies.
Yeah,
who was it? Callan used to grab his ass cheeks. He used to rub his ass cheeks in wrestling. so that he could pee.
What?
Yeah, he's like, just rub your
He
ass cheeks.
squeezed it out his butt.
I don't know. He just rubbed his butt to make himself fucking
Calm
comfortable.
down a little
I
bit.
guess. I don't know. But
Wow.
that, like, you know, when you're fucking in school, you start to pee in front of people.
Yeah.
Yes, it happens all the time. You walk into a bathroom, someone's like sitting there at a urinal just trying to take a piss for like fucking 2 minutes. You're like, you know, you can't pee, dude.
Then there's some people though that'll be like in the bath in like the shitter stall, and they don't give a fuck.
Just blowing
I'm
it
like,
up,
whoa,
dude.
whoa.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, it's natural, right? I don't know what my aversion to natural shit like that is, but it is weird. When someone's in the stall, I'm trying not to make a bunch of fucking noise, you know, keep it to myself.
Like watching underneath. Is
Yeah.
everyone here?
Yeah. What?
Like, are there people in the bathroom?
Oh, yeah, for sure, huh? Yeah, I don't know what that is, dude. I've had it since I was a kid. I just can't piss in front of people.
I think that there's a certain maybe a certain conditioning that happens from a young age that we want our privacy, but also too maybe it's just natural for human beings to want to go to the bathroom in private.
I'm private, even like, you know,
On the phone.
when we were kids.
You're private as fuck on the phone.
When we were kids, like, mom and dad, they just go to the bathroom around each other in the bathroom, don't even give a fuck. I've been with my girl for 15 years and I still don't go to the bathroom with my girlfriend in the bath. And I like my privacy in the fucking bathroom.
You know, and that's another thing that I think it goes to the conditioning because I've been able to go to the bathroom in front of my significant others.
Didn't you tell me one time you peed on Allie?
That's what I was just gonna say. I even go as far to take a piss on my significant other in the shower.
Apparently, this is a common thing. I hear it on podcasts all the time. They're like, it's just a funny joke. I'm like,
It
that
was
ain't
funny
no jokes.
as
You better
fuck,
not be pissing
dude.
on me.
I had never done it. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna piss all over. Pissed all over. She's like,
ladies,
what the fuck?
he's
What
available.
the fuck?
Ladies, he's available.
You know, we get close. That's all I know.
The
Yeah.
golden shower kid.
The golden man. They call me Golden Eye.
Why?
I don't know.
What's the eye part?
Because I'm peeing out of one hole.
Jesus, dude. Oh man, yeah, but that was funny. So anyway, to continue the story, I'd been driving for 2 hours, had to piss so bad. I tried pulling into this like hood gas station in California. As soon as I pulled up, it's like fucking 8 gangbangers right in front of the store. I was like, there's not a fucking chance I'm walking in here at 2 a.m. You're sleeping in the back. I'm like, fuck, I'll just try to pee while I'm driving.
They would have tried to jack you and our car.
I don't know what they would have tried. They may not have done anything. I wasn't taking the risk. So, and in California, it's weird. They don't let you go in the bathrooms anywhere in California, bro. Like you can't. They don't. A lot of places don't even let you in. Let alone, you know, like in Idaho, everywhere you go, you can. There's a bathroom everywhere.
I know.
Every single place you go, you can go into the bathroom. Almost, as long as they have a bathroom, you can go there.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. Anyway, we pull up to the hotel 2 hours later, and I got to piss so bad. I get out, and I'm like hurrying to the bathroom, and Chris gets out, and he's stretching and moving his back, and I'm going. He's like, "You didn't lock it. You didn't lock it." And so I just turn around, like, "Foo!" and chuck the keys to him, and they blow up in the parking lot. We have one
chuck
key.
Him to me. He chucked him over my fucking head.
He missed the catch.
Yards.
He missed the catch. But the key blows up in the parking lot. It's like 3 a.m. now, and we're in a random hotel, crawling on the ground looking for keys under people's cars.
Exploded.
And the key blew up. The key literally shattered into a couple pieces, and then we put it back together, locked the car. But bro, he was so mad at me when I threw the fucking keys.
You still gotta take a piss?
I did. I went and pissed first, and then came back.
I know. I told you. I was like, "Go ahead, dude."
I had to pee that bad.
They're not going. We're not going anywhere.
You got out and pissed in the parking lot.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what a man does? Pisses in the parking lot. He's a man.
Yeah. We're in a hurry, dude.
But that whole trip was fun because we met Joe Rogan.
We met Joe Rogan
in traffic. Tell that story.
Joe Rogan's got a huge head.
Joe Rogan, when we saw him in person, he's got a dome and it looks old.
Joe Rogan's got a big head. But yeah, it was cool. We went to the Comedy Store. We went to see this fucking like medium guy. It was cool, and they wanted to go see him, so I went with him. But we went down, went to the Comedy Store, saw a couple comedians that are really famous now.
Andrew Santino?
Yeah, and then we walked by Joe Rogan at the Comedy Store, and it's like, "Did you talk to him? Did you talk to him?" I was like, "No, I did not talk to him. He was in a conversation." That's rude. But then when we left, he left like 10 minutes before us. We watched it. He drove out of there with this ugly fucking orange Porsche. And
It was a really nice
when
Porsche.
he pulled out, he pulled left. And when we left, like 10 minutes later, we went to the right, and we see this fucking orange Porsche just fly by us. And I'm like, dude, Nate, that's Joe Rogan. And he's like, no way. I'm like, dude, who else drives an ugly fucking Porsche like that? That's his. And I'm like, follow him. So we follow him. And we start going like 65 down to 35. He's fucking flying.
He was flying.
And then we end up pulling up next to him. It's like 11:30 at night. We pull up next to him with this fucking stoplight and roll down the window. I'm like, yo, Joe. He looks at me with death in his eyes, like he's like
like we're gonna rob him.
Like, yeah, dude. And his fucking eyes were like, oh fuck. And I'm like, yo, Nate's in the back, like, Joe. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
No, I was telling you, chill, because you were like, stem cells. Where's the best place to get stem cells? You're like flooding him, and I was like, hey, be easy on
I
him.
totally can remember it different. I remember being like, hey, Joe. And fucking, he looked at me like, oh shit. And you were all blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, sit back. I got a question I need to ask this motherfucker. So I asked him about the stem cells. And he's like, no, this is a good place to go. Yeah, it's a good place to go. He's super nice at the stoplight. And then we went our different ways. He went straight. We turned onto the
He was really nice.
We turned onto the highway and we were like, holy shit, that was Joe Rogan.
Yeah, dude. And we went to go see Bashar. We actually met him in person, went to his house, sat in his living room, and got to do like, he channeled while we asked him some questions. And before that, I really liked him. And I'll still listen to him stuff. But after I came out of there, I thought it was kind of bullshit. I thought it was fake. And I gave Chris like a specific question. I'm like, hey, ask him this. And if he gives you this answer, he's fucking lying, dude. And you didn't ask him the question, but it's funny how I went down there to go see him just to see what it was. I was excited to ask questions. And when I got out of there, I was like, these motherfuckers faking it, dude. This motherfucker's
It's so funny because you're like, let's do this. I'm like, all right, let's do it. We paid like $500 a piece.
400.
And then fucking you come out and I'm like, yeah, my turn. And you're like, ask him this. I'm like, it's not real. I'm like, you're fucking taking the wind out of my sail, dude. It was totally exciting to me. And now you're like, ask him this.
How was your feelings on the whole thing? I wanted to trap him. I wanted to trap him and figure it out, dude.
And for me, I wasn't there. I went there to be open about it, not to.
I was open at first,
not to be questioning the situation.
I was
if
open
I was
at
questioning
first.
to the situation, I wouldn't do it.
I was open at first,
so I was like, "Fuck you, talk me into it." So I'm cool going.
The answers were all so generic with me that I was like, "This shit's fake." But he has so much good stuff online, but you can always clip the good stuff that's meaningful, you know, still I listened to something from him today, you know, that it was like really interesting. But it, like I said, if no matter if he's faking or not, if the information is applicable to your life, it's worth it, you know.
Yeah, it is.
It's
and
true.
I think it's applicable
Yeah.
to people's lives
Yeah.
for what he's doing. But
Yeah.
it was funny as fuck the way you went about that.
If I think it's fake, I think it's fake. What can I do? I can't fight my intuition. This happens all the time with like the guy pretending to throw the show in Texas. We're going to open up and do the stage. And then my intuition the whole time's telling me this guy's fucking lying, dude. And like, there's always the carrot of like, ooh, we're going to go play a big show. They're going to pay us a bunch of money. But I can't ever fight that feeling that's inside. It just keeps coming up and coming up. And I was right about that. Even with him, I'm like, oh, labels are trying to sign us. They said the show might be fake. Can you make sure you give us half the money up front? Yeah, we can. Never heard from him again. Fake ass shit, you know. Like sometimes you just like trap people in their own shit.
Yeah, we've learned the hard way too, though, to not let that carrot guide us.
Yeah, we got scammed on a tour.
To not chase it too hard. We've got scammed on one tour
twice.
I was gonna say that,
but I got the money back. I got the money back
because of what we learned in the first one. The second one we didn't get fucked.
Yep.
But we still would have. But we still had to deal with some bullshit.
Had I not went above the person that booked it and talked to the person funding the whole thing, we would have got fucked.
I know.
But I found another way to go hit them up and be like, yo, this person that's using your name is fucking scamming us. Here's all the information. We want the money back. And if she, out of the goodness of her heart, wouldn't have just been like, here, I'm dealing with problems with this fucking bitch too, we would have never got the money back because she would have just we would have had to take her to court. We were already getting ready to go to court for it.
Oh. I hate that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that
shit. Music biz is fucking sketchy because you're dealing with sketchy people that know you want so bad to get out of the local scene that they can manipulate you because you want that so bad. You'll look over the top of fucking skeevy shit happening all the time.
It's ugly, dude. But it happens in every form of business. Like people are in court all the time. Like one of my best friends always in court, dude. He runs that company and he's always in fucking court. He's a feisty little fucker. So he'll go fight, but at the same time, dude, he's always in fucking court. And it's like I wouldn't. He deals with it well, but I wouldn't want to deal with it like all the time like that, dude.
Yeah.
I just like do what you say you're gonna do. If you're gonna pay me a fucking X amount, pay me X amount. Don't make some bullshit up around it. You know what I mean?
I could never be a scam.
Like, weren't we supposed like the first thing on that tour that that we saw was like they put us on a show that we were supposed to like be headlining on or something or co-headlining.
Yeah, you're supposed to rotate orders.
Oh, that's what it
and
was.
We never. And then I asked him like, hey, because they were bringing like a couple bigger artists. Like, actually, we were bigger even at the time than they were, but as far as listeners and like viewership, but we were supposed to be on the headliner. I'm like, hey, it says that these guys are going to be on the tour. Does that mean we're going to still get to headline? Well, those guys will be last on every tour. I'm like, you said we'd be headlining a couple shows. Like, why are we not? We're going fourth now. That's not headlining.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And also I was like,
no, we would co-headline.
And also, yeah, co-headline meant like fourth, but still, like,
no, we would be like right behind the main act.
No, there was 3 main acts they were bringing. There was Afro Man. There was fucking the dude with the tattoos, Caleb Wildcard, and then there was somebody else that they brought, and we were under them every single time. And there was even more. I was going to bring up another part. I can't remember what it was. There was something else that even happened too. Oh, there was like, I'm like, you guys are bringing like fucking 15 openers. Like, so some shows are going to open at like 7:00 and we're paying for a tour. Like, why would we even like the people won't even show up till fucking 10:00 and we're going to perform for 5 people while we drive around and spend our money? Fuck that
we
shit.
were basically hoping that a show we headlined, or co-headlined, was one of the big ones, and it would have been. It was it was in Eugene, I think, that we were headlining. So it was so for us, we were like, okay, it might be worth it because we'll get to headline this one big show.
I'll never forget the message she sent us.
Calling us a dime a dozen.
Rappers like you were a dime a dozen. I want to send that back to her with our following right next to it and be like, what's that? I hate that fucking chick, dude.
Yeah, you can't let that. You can't be petty about that stuff in your heart.
I'm not holding on to it.
It's not good for the vibration of the universe.
The whole, who gives a shit? I have nothing but love in my heart. She's a chump and doing chump shit. So why the hell would I? It's not going to bother me to be like, oh, there's people like this out there. Fuck them. You know, I don't have hate. I got nothing but love in my heart. But those people, fuck those people, dude.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I definitely get where you're coming from. But I also feel like,
because they're going to pull it with a bunch of other artists too, unless it gets stopped.
I feel like it's like one of those things, like a relationship though too. Like people say the best thing to do after a relationship to win or whatever is to like live a happy life. And the same thing,
best revenge is
slightly,
success.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Same thing kind of in this situation, you know, just don't harbor the feelings. Know we got our part back. We're good. And no, you never fuck with that person specifically ever again. They just burn their bridge with me. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, I want to rub anything in your face, because I know it's just a bad.
Yeah, I said that.
It's bad juju.
I say that as a joke, but also
I know.
I think pretending that you don't feel a certain way is more harmful than actually being like, I'm gonna have love in my heart. Actually, no, fuck that person. They tried to pull some shit. They're gonna do it to other artists, and it's important other artists know it, so they don't get trapped in that shit. And I'm not gonna pretend I'm not like salty when you're like, oh, rappers like you're a dime a dozen. It's not gonna affect me on a daily basis, where I'm gonna walk around with hate in my heart. It's just the truth of how I felt.
Yeah, and you're right. And I truly, you know, obviously I've explored those same feelings. Like, bitch, you know, look where I'm at now. But at the same time, you know,
I say that
we both obviously have come to the place of like never not being like that.
Yeah.
But it makes those feelings do exist where you're like, hey, dude, I want to fucking.
Yeah, I would never
rub it in just a little bit. Like, what'd you say, stupid?
I would never send that message, obviously, but that would be hilarious to do. To be like, bink, bink, dime a dozen. Like, good luck. Find somebody that's doing it like this, you know, in Idaho.
Yeah,
you know,
I get where you're coming from.
But I definitely do feel that way. I think that's a big spiritual trap in general, and like life is like, I'm going to pretend I don't have negative feelings sometimes. It's like one of the first ways to like never make real change in your life. Like, if you don't accept that you feel that way and be honest with yourself, how can you actually embrace those feelings? You can't. You pretend I'm higher, I'm more spiritual than everybody, I'm a guru. Like, that's all bullshit. There's a human experience happening. And it's okay to catch yourself going into those places. But if you catch yourself, you can dive into it when you do. But if you're pretending you don't have those feelings, nothing ever changes.
Yeah. When I have those
feelings,
fake. A lot of times when I have feelings like that, I also move into the space, the heart space of like, what am I gonna do about it? Like, if I see my like specifically with that tour, I'm like, I felt disrespected, felt like we were getting like this chick's just punking us.
Yeah.
Trying to fuck, you know, basically jerk us around. and it makes me be like, all right, well, they're not recognizing my value. You know what I mean? And like it makes you come up with the feelings like you're gonna fucking regret this shit. You know, so what am I gonna do to make it so that my life is where I truly want it, so people don't treat me this way, so that I can, be the headliner. I gotta make that a reality, and take action upon all those feelings to create that as my life.
Right.
You know,
Even on the interview.
which takes a lot of strength, and also too, moving past the fucking the feelings of negativity towards that situation, or being like a victim, and being like, all right, take this shit on and fucking make it better moving forward.
Even in our interview we just did on the radio at Radio Boise on Crush Corner, we like, yeah, I think it was, they're like, oh, so you don't, like, it kind of seems like you guys don't think the label needs to be used anymore. And I'm like, what the label used to do in the 90s for you, you can actually do on your own through the internet. Everything that they could do with distribution, and like, besides having a network of connections that maybe they could put you on big shows, like everything else you can do all by yourself, and that leads to the big shows because you got the freaking internet. There's no need for you to ever, like, the label can't provide you with anything. They're just going to take from you and keep using your name. Even now when labels reach out to us, they want to use what we've already built and take a percentage of what we have. Like, it's a antiquated model for sure.
Yeah, and you can create your own buzz is the bottom line.
Yeah.
You can use the tools at your disposal to create your own buzz.
Yeah.
And it happens to people all the time.
Yeah.
It's been happening for the last decade plus.
Yeah.
And even before that, word of mouth would spread, and people would get signed because of that. Like,
Yeah.
there's more, but there's just more ways to go about it nowadays.
Yeah.
So we're doing okay to like utilize those tools at this point.
Yeah. It's more fun when you do it by yourself too, because the reward that you feel when someone's not feeding it to you, it's like, it's genuine. You're like, you just feel stoked to have the luck and the perseverance and dedication, after as long as we've been rapping, to have things that when things pop up for me, I'm like, man, it's obviously that we have skill and we're putting time in, but I feel like there's just this luck. The universe is like, hey man, you hit a threshold of trying, making good music, people like it, next level, luck, boom. It looks like luck almost from the outside, you're just like, fuck, we're just lucky, dude.
I feel like it's a combination. It's definitely a combination, right place at right time, magic happening, but also that magic won't happen without the effort being exuded.
Yeah, it's true, huh?
You know,
Yeah, luck is a weird word. You could break that down in so many ways because it could tie into like fate,
creating opportunity.
Yeah, it could be
by,
like
by
you're in the right place
consistency.
at the right time. Is like, you could call that luck too, just like the universe's synchronicity connected you right into something. But like, man,
You could also look at it like through the luck standpoint of like, how many times did you put yourself in a position to create an opportunity for whatever you're trying to, and how fast did it? And then the luck maybe comes in was how fast, like when you say you only put yourself in that position to have an opportunity. Maybe you went down to an event to get seen with your talent, and you only did it one time ever, and someone noticed you, and that was you giving yourself the possibility of opportunity, but luck shined on you that day, and it only took you one try.
yeah,
That could be luck,
yeah,
or what someone would describe as luck in the situation, but also too, with your consistency of going down and putting yourself in that opportunity over time, you'll get better and better and better, create the possibility of opportunity every single time you're there, and then eventually something good will come from it.
yeah. I agree. That's a good way to say it. It's fun. Like, since we did that ibogaine, something weird has been happening where like I can notice tension in my body in a way, or in my mind, that I wasn't noticing before, and just let relax, dude. Just like let it go. That ibogaine had an interesting effect on me. Just seeing that fucking master class of the mind, bro. It was amazing. Like, looking back, it was like pure torture. But now, because while I was in that situation, having to realize like, you can't do anything right now. You're gonna be here for 12 hours. You need to just like breathe and relax your body. So it's like, let it loose. And when I do it, it just puts me right in the moment right now. Like, I could just like relax my hands, because you can always notice tension in your hands anytime you have any kind of like mental tension. A good way to start to relax is just like, it's always in your hands, fidgety. Like, if you just relax your hands, relax your belly, relax your mind, you just like sink right into the moment. You just watch this fucking play of life. It's crazy. The ibogaine had a really a positive effect. I've been catching myself a lot on like any tension my body will be feeling and just like relaxing, relaxing. It's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's had a badass effect in that way.
One of the coolest things about that was you throwing out that negative energy.
Oh, bro.
And mine, you throwing up the negative energy and my purge, the way I purged my shit, dude,
Yeah.
was fucking. Both those things were just awesome, dude.
But when I let that out, it just went, and it went.
You
It
didn't
wasn't
see
even
it though, right?
It
You
wasn't
felt
even
it.
throw up. I felt it leave my body. I felt it. The air, like it was almost like an air bubble coming up, and as soon as it came out, it just went. I was throwing up before that, so I was still sitting at the toilet, but then I like threw up nothing, and just when it came out, it just like my body felt lighter. It was like, oh my god, dude, I just hit like there's something deep, deep, deep down of just like negativity and like unconscious pain, and it was just like just came out, and I was like, holy shit, that just happened. I literally, my mind was like, that just literally, I said to myself, that just fucking happened. Holy shit, dude.
That's how I felt on the DMT, dude. I was like, I just fucking unlocked my heart, dude. Like that shit unlocked my spirit and let me flow free.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I just purged all this shit out. And it made me, I had to physically move my body so that mentally, what was like, it physically, mentally, and spiritually affected me. And I had to physically move my body so that it can like allow that spiritual shit to flow.
Yeah, dude.
It was like all connected.
After you did this
And
shit,
when I say all connected, I mean all connected.
after you did this shit, like, dude, and then you went into the convulsions, your body, it's impossible to imitate. You're like, oh, it was this crazy thing, dude. You did that for like a minute, bro. And I was just like smiling. I was like, I know what's happening.
It was me letting it out too. I was purging
I just
energy.
had
I was
done the
literally
DMT, so I knew it.
purging, dude. I purged energy out of that, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking.
It was badass.
intense.
It was like
And
found the
BNA was
trapped
like,
energy.
when I asked her about it, she was like, "You were conscious for that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was like letting it happen. Like I had to let it happen. If I wouldn't have let it happen, I could have stopped it. If I
Yeah.
would have like held on, I could have been like,
If you wouldn't have let loose.
yeah, I let it go. I had to let go to let it happen, and I did the whole time. That's why all of it was fucking all the fucking movements and shit. I was like, God damn, dude, it's so intense.
That's pure medicine, bro.
Yeah, it really was.
That's pure
Pure
medicine.
Really, the experience.
The toad venom
I
medicine.
experienced it. Like
Yeah.
I went through it, and I shed trauma. In those moments, I shed trauma that was built up on my life, and now I can breathe easier and freer. Like, you know, just like you were saying, there was always a part of me that was like, you felt like was locked, and you could tell that it like affected that and locked it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was. I mean, both of them were pure medicine, bro. Hi, duckies.
This one growing
geese.
up.
We got a couple geese. What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast, my friends.
They want some food, dude.
They probably smell your feet.
They probably smell your fucking feet. Probably smell your fucking ass.
These little babies, dude. Look at these. Look at these guys just chilling.
And I'm surprised they came up to us.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Don't take my phone case.
That's so fucking
You
cool.
duck.
We got these geese. I don't know if they're on camera, but they're right here, a little baby. Oh my gosh, come here, little baby.
Curious little shit.
Wow, no way.
Mom's just like, dude, don't fuck with them.
Boise, Idaho, baby.
Right?
I love this place, man.
Yeah, it is nice.
I love
It's
this
nice
place.
doing the podcast like this for us.
It's nice because you get to be in nature and just chill, and like, you know, makes it so easier so Fletch doesn't have to edit a whole thing and like can have a little break. Like the whole thing is like pretty nice, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the multi angles, but I really like just being in nature, dude.
Right. Too bad the other one shut down on us.
We seriously dropped like a 40. We did 17 minutes and the phone shut off. We didn't know. We did like 40 minutes after it. It was like pretty good stuff too, but whatever. You deal with it as it comes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. That's all I know.
Yeah. That Garth Brooks shit's crazy, huh?
Yeah, dude. What the fuck? He's a murderer, bro.
Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't.
Dude, he's a murderer.
You get convinced fast.
I'm joking.
Yeah. You're a lovingly gullible guy.
Oh, whatever, dude. It's someone from his team. It's got to be.
Who knows?
Scooby-Doo could figure it out. I know he could.
What do you think was the most important thing you took from the IBA game?
The most important?
Yeah.
From the IB game specifically, it was just that I'm good. Things are good and I'm on the right path. There wasn't a lot for it to show me. I could tell.
Mm.
I could tell I was just cruising through it. You know, mine wasn't a trial of the spirit like most people's was.
It's wild how it activates your third eye in a way and literally shows you visions.
That is,
That's a
it's an
really
odd
weird
trick,
effect
dude.
of a drug, dude.
Yeah, bro, that fucking trip was like seriously, like people explain, like how like it's a movie in your mind. Like it is a fucking movie in your mind.
They try to say it's like, oh, they put you in a dream state, but it's like more than a dream state. It's like a direct connection to experiences that need to be unlocked within your subconscious. It's like it's way more than, I guess dreams are kind of actually like that. Now that I think about it, it's kind of what
When
dreams
I
are
think
too.
back on it, it felt very dreamlike.
Yeah, yeah.
When I recollect the memory of it, it felt so dreamlike. And I felt I was so fucked up at certain parts of that dream, like trying to stand up and take my first piss. I was fucked up,
Fucked
dude.
up, dude.
Like everything is just wavy as shit. It
You
was like
could barely move.
couldn't even move your fucking head without getting sick as fuck. My blanket, I lifted it up and it went zoo. It's like, oh my god, bro, this thing is intense.
It was intense.
But at the same time, I felt comfortable the entire time because I was in that hospital bed
Yeah,
with Ilda, dude. I was like, yes, we're good, bro.
yeah. I think the thing I took from it the most was just like learning how to relax in the face of danger, like breathing and relax your body and make sure that you like, there's certain things you can do in extreme chaos and you have to stay connected to those things. Like, first thing, you got to relax the body, then hopefully that leads to relaxing the mind. But even if you can't relax the mind, you got to just keep the body relaxed,
Yeah, I think what like me doing psychedelics in the street and shit. There's always been like a factor of like extra pressure, but don't doing it like that where I knew I was just like I did it like in the spiritual sense of like, okay, I'm gonna approach this almost like battle, where I knew I was going into it and I knew I had to prepare my spirit. So I think that allowed me to go into a smoother place because I knew I was going in. I knew I was going into war in a way,
yeah.
like not war, but I meant my mentality was geared for a
To
battle.
embrace it.
To go into something and have to fucking take it on, and that's what I did well, and so I adjusted my mind to that modality, you
You
know.
know, a big part of it really is when you're doing it in the streets, you're not supposed to be doing it, and so you're doing something slightly wrong at the time. There, you're actually supposed to be doing the
Yeah, and it
psychedelic.
took a lot off my shoulders that
You're
those
supposed to. They know you're doing it.
those
That when
dynamics.
you're around public, like you have to pretend you're normal. Like there, you can be fucked up and really get into the experience. Like because you're supposed to be there doing it, and they know you're doing it.
Yeah, it's
You
not.
know?
It's okay.
Yeah,
You're not going to have some unseen factor.
yeah.
You
And you
know,
can really do some like self work in those moments.
that's what I mean. So for me, it was made all the difference to just like let go.
Yeah, yeah.
Allow the process to happen and trust the medicine.
It really was, dude. That feeling of it being medicine was like with me the whole time on both of them. Just like I'm like, I wish the world could experience it because it just felt like fucking medicine, man.
I thought it was really cool that I was able to go get my brain washed. You know what I mean? Like I had a legit brainwashing happen. I'm like good on kratom. I'm like I'm not taking it anymore.
Yeah,
I decided I don't need to. My body chemically is like good without it. I already would have been fine stopping, but now I'm like, why start again?
yeah.
Like, there's no point in for me with kratom. So
I haven't
and I'm
mind.
enjoying life without it. Like I could tell that opiates kind of did something, even to me, that was like take it down a notch in terms of make it mundane, more zombie like of a coasting feeling, and now it's not that way, even with cannabis use or not.
I never, for me, I never even getting home. Like I haven't had any problem taking kratom. I don't feel like one way or another is a big deal. I've never felt like serious withdrawals from it, like what I saw with those people. I know they took way more than us, but it's actually really surprised me to hear that people were there for kratom and there were people were there that were like highly addicted to this and had crazy withdrawals. I'm like, what? I've
But
never
also
felt
too, it's because you
withdrawals.
geared it up so fucking high,
Yeah,
dude.
they were taking a lot, dude.
Dude, wow, like
80 grams, $200 a day, dude.
and the ones that one guy was talking about, I've never heard of them. He said they were like the pills are like $10 a pill.
Mm.
like crazy expensive, dude.
Yeah, he's probably
It's like,
taking
what
the
the
extracts.
fuck,
There's
dude? You're
strong
taking,
extract.
but he said, I swear,
It's powderized.
oh, really?
Yeah, it's a powder that's
I
like
thought it was okay.
no. My buddy that sells kratom here in town, he sells levels to it, and there's the highest powder is like you can get just a little bit, and it's really expensive.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what it
yeah.
was
It's like
then.
because what we're taking is like 5%.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're like the pure version of it is like fucking strong, strong.
Have you ever tried?
You
What's
can
the
mix it.
strongest you've ever done?
I've done the 3X in liquid because that's basically like you can really concentrate it through making the extracts. And I've never taken like my buddy gave me some and I never took it because I don't care to get that high, you know.
Yeah. Then would it make you? Would it like say if you take like a really high extract? Does it fuck with your?
If I drank a whole
Does
bottle
it?
of the
I know, but
3X,
like if you say if you have a super high extract and you just take a tiny sip of it, does it still make it so you can't shit?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, worse, way worse. Yeah,
Even with just a tiny sip.
like a little bit of the extracts will make you constipated. For some people that have like irritable bowel syndrome and stuff, it's actually kind of good for them because it will compact their feces,
Oh, really?
make it strong, like make it so that like they're not just shitting liquid every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of good for people that do that. But yeah, just taking a little bit of that shit will definitely do it. Just like if you take like a fifth of the bottle, it'll like definitely make you
I
constipated.
liked kratom, but I'm glad I'm not taking it
Yeah,
now. Yeah, I
yeah.
am. I like not having a monkey on my back.
You felt like you had a monkey on your back.
No, but it's like one thing that it's like one less thing, like Forrest Gump said. It's just like something you don't have to worry about,
Yeah,
worrying about.
yeah.
It's just like whatever. And life's beautiful.
I know when we went to Hawaii, chasing shit around is the most annoying shit for me when you're out there. You're
Oh,
like,
for
I need
everybody.
to smoke, I need to smoke. I'm like, bro, fuck, man.
I
Fuck.
found it
As soon
quick.
as we get down there, we gotta go. I'm like, oh,
People were
fuck, dude.
pissed.
I know,
Everyone was
because
mad.
people want to enjoy their vacation instead of hunting for you.
I know, and that's some mentality. Can you imagine drug addicts,
No,
dude? That's some
they probably don't
mentality.
want to leave
That's the
home.
mentality of a fucking drug addict, dude. They get somewhere as soon as they touch down, they have to go find their fix.
Yeah.
And
How
that's what
about
I did that day. I was like, I gotta get some weed right now,
yeah,
like right now.
yeah.
Like and I'm not doing anything else. They couldn't even have asked. I would if everyone would be like, we're doing this. I'd be like, go ahead, I'll meet you. I'll see you somewhere else. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
It's nice though that it's legal like everywhere we go. You know, you can just hit a dispensary or whatever.
That is nice.
Yeah. It's been I don't know, man. That whole trip though, the brainwashing thing, you could definitely feel that shit. Like you could feel your brain
Fuck
being
yeah, you
airy and
can.
open and like you're like, whoa,
You
dude.
feel like a kid
Everybody
again.
said that. They're like, I can literally feel it when they were done. Like I feel it in my head.
Yeah.
It's like it just washed your receptors, dude.
It's like it's this, those all those little spots in your brain that look like little string tunnels.
Yeah.
That's it's almost like
neural
all those
pathways.
like all that shit just got opened up, dude, and
Yeah.
it's just fucking wide open, ready to learn is what it felt like.
You can still like I can still feel that learning aspect. I notice it all the time. I'll catch myself going into negativity, boom, catch it instantly. Like, oh, that's not the way you
I've
want to
been
go.
doing things with my right hand more because I'm left-handed. I've been brushing my teeth, doing affirmations in the morning.
Oh yeah, you saw that video?
Yeah,
That's a really good.
I've
I
been
thought
doing
that was a really
I've
good
been
way to
doing it every
program.
day for the last like 5 days.
The way this guy talks about it is like how you program the subconscious with love for yourself is like you do something that's not something you can do on autopilot. So you switch hands. For me, it would be brushing with my left hand, and as you're doing it, you say "I love you" in the mirror over and over with your opposite, not dominant hand, so that you're doing something that is reaching down into the unconscious or the subconscious, and you're programming "I love you" while you do it. It's kind of a cool idea. I like the idea.
I've been doing it.
Yeah,
It's,
I've done it.
it's definitely nice, nice change.
Yeah,
Get you out of separate you from your normal morning routine.
yeah.
But I've also been doing washing windows with my right hand.
Oh,
Just
is
to
that what you
change
do
it
at
up.
work? Wash windows?
Yeah, I do some like it's one of the things I
I
have to
didn't know
do.
that.
Yeah. So I've been squeegeeing them with my right hand.
Hi, friend.
This guy's curious about us. But I've been enjoying doing just little subtle things like that, and even reading. Like I usually wouldn't read, but I've been reading this last week.
That's right. You finished the Osho book.
Yeah,
I
dude.
love that.
I've said I made a point to be like, okay, I'm gonna start reading all these books I got from prison.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start pulling them all out. And that subtle art of not giving a fuck is one of them. I'm gonna start on
I
today.
love that.
I'll start on that today. I'll probably go down to the river and
I
read
love
it.
that. That awareness book is really good. Everything about Osho is really good.
This guy's curious.
Thirsty. Anyway, that's probably a good spot. We could probably stop right
Yeah,
here, dude.
let's wrap it up.
I love you. Great
I
job,
love you
man.
too.
Freedom Renegade Radio Podcast 12. Actually, it's 12 and a half because we shot an entire episode that nobody will ever see. Peace, love, unity, and safely have
Drinking
fun.
scotch biatch.